Supplemental testing is administered to Ls who have been identified as having the potential to meet exit criteria. Let's take a look at our oral IPT guidance for who we will test for exit criteria. For first grade, you'll administer the Iowa Reading and Language Subtest to the teacher-recommended Ls. If at or above the 40 percentile in both reading and language subtest, then you will administer the writing IPT to teacher-recommended Ls. If the student scores early writing stage EWS, you will administer the oral IPT 1. For second grade, you will identify Ls rated as advanced high on TELPAS writing. Administer the Iowa Reading and Language Subtest to teacher-recommended Ls. If at or above the 40 percentile in both reading and language subtest, you will then administer the oral IPT. In order to find out the identified ratings for advanced high on TELPAS writing, you will go into your teacher writing rosters, which were submitted for the student ratings for TELPAS, and look into the column for writing for the students in which you are inquiring about. You're looking for the teacher to either write an AH or an H, which both mean advanced high. This will help determine from the teacher recommendations to the TELPAS rater writing rosters and scores of which students to proceed with the IPT testing. For grades 3 through 12, you'll be using the 2018 LPAC Middle of the Year minutes. As mentioned previously, you will locate those by going into your employee portal, collaboration sites, multilingual documents and forms. Click in the blue square. You'll scroll down until you see LPAC documents. Again, remember you will have 3 folders on your screen: grade school training, procedures, and then a folder with your actual campus name. You will go into your actual campus name folder, but for training purposes, I'm going into grade school to show you that your next step is to go into your 2017-18 folder, and you will find your middle of the year folder, which once you open that, it will have your middle of the year minutes. Inside the LPAC middle of the year minutes, you will be looking on the Excel spreadsheet and the last column, which says eligible to be considered for exit. You're looking for a Y that says yes. Students who are eligible to be considered for exit will have a Y in that column, which will help support your decision for who will need IPT and could possibly exit. Remember that 11th and 12th grade does not require there not to be supports used during STAR for exiting purposes. So they could still have a Y in their eligible to be considered for exit for 11th and 12th grade and still have received designated supports. However, the other STAR testing sections are required to have an N if they used any of the designated supports, which includes content and language supports, oral sign administration, or extra time. Also remember that if you provided on STAR ELA for Spanish grades 3 through 5 supports, or if you even gave them the Spanish test, that they are no longer able to be reclassified for exiting possibilities due to taking the Spanish exam for grades 3 through 5. Once you determine which ones of these students from grades 3 through 12 have a Y at the end of their column for eligible students to be considered for exit, you're going to select the students who also received a rating of advanced high in all grades except for 4 and 7. Remember, you're using your TELPAS teacher rating roster for this information, which will be put onto your LPAC end of the year minutes. For students that were in grades 4 through 7, you could use the criterion of advanced or advanced high in writing, because remember, TELPAS writing is not a criteria for exiting purposes for grades 4 through 7. It's just used as guidance for who may possibly pass STAR. You will administer the Iowa to Ls in grades 11 and 12. You'll select L's at or above the 40 percentile in both reading and written expression subtest for grades 11 and 12. Then you will administer the oral IPT to those who met the criteria. You may also use this chart to help guide you. It tells you to use the LPAC middle of the year minutes for which grades and information about the TELPAS rating roster and what to do for certain grade levels that vary. In order to make sure that you have enough administrators for the IPT training, please check with your campus to see if you need additional people trained in IPT. The course number inside OneSource is 37003, and these are the trainings that are remaining in April.